Hello, welcome to this video tutorial for Let It Be by the Beatles. This is another song in our foray here into the world of 4 chord songs, ones in which we use C, G7, A minor, and F. In this song, though, you're going to learn a new chord. So you want to be sure you feel good about C, G7, A minor, and F, like I just said, and particularly in that order, that particular pattern, going from C to G7, to A minor, and then to F and around, because we're going to make use of that pattern. You want to feel good about that. But let's zoom in and take a look at this new chord. It is called E minor. All right, E minor always makes me think of steps going down. I start with my pointer finger here on the 2nd fret of the A string. I bring my middle finger in 1 string and down 1 fret, so to the 3rd fret of the E string here. And then I reach my ring finger all the way across to the 4th fret of the C string. So you can kind of see it's like stair steps going down. And in this song, when once you find your way to E minor, we're going to be going to the E minor chord from the A minor chord. So let's just kind of take a zoom in too here on how I'm going to get there. I've got my A minor, I'm reaching that middle finger across because it's my longest finger to reach across the fretboard, and then I need to get to E minor. And there are 2 ways of doing this. The first is what a lot of people are going to want to do, which is to start with the pointer finger, move the middle, and then the ring in. And that's perfectly fine if you can make it one movement where you're going bum-bum-bum, right? Kind of one smooth motion of 3 small movements. But I would also recommend thinking about placing your ring finger on the 4th fret first, having that be your anchor finger. And then as you can see with your fingers curved here, they're already where they need to be, as opposed to doing it in 3 steps. You can kind of do it more in 1 step. So you can decide, here's your A minor. You can go 1, 2, 3 as quickly as possible, or you can move your ring finger to the 4th fret and then place the other fingers down behind it. I recommend trying this way if you can, but obviously, as I've said, there are a couple different ways to do it. You decide what feels best for you, and just get used to moving back and forth between those 2 chords as best you can. Okay, so on your own, at home, what you're going to want to be sure to do is spend some time leaving the right hand out of it and just going back and forth between A minor and E minor as much as you can, and getting really comfortable with that transition. And once you feel good about knowing where you're going, doesn't have to be fast, you just have to feel confident about where you're going from the A minor chord, how you're getting to the E minor chord in one smooth movement, not fast, just smooth, intentional. Then what you're going to do is start to layer on the context of rhythm. What we're going to do is strum A minor once over 4 beats like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the time I have to move over to my E minor chord, and I'm going to strum on 1 on the E minor chord, 2, 3, back to A minor, 1, 2, 3 to E minor, and 1, 2, 3, back to A minor, 1. You can join me here, 2, 3, switch, and 1, 2, switch over, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. When you're feeling good about that, start to add a second strum. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, switch, and 1, 2, 3, switch, 1, 2, 3, switch. Now if you're not ready to go this fast, just stick to the 1 strum over 4 beats. No problem, right? If you're feeling good about this, the 2 strums per beats, you can per 4 beats, you can take it up 1 more level and do 4 strums. So 1, 2, 3, 4, switch, 1, 2, 3, 4, switch, 1, 2, 3, 4, switch, 1, 2, 3. Now some of you are going to keep going with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. And others of you will be right up with those 4 strums per 4 beats. 1, 2, 3. Whatever you choose to do, it is entirely up to you. You want to make sure that it's the right challenge for you, and that you want to be able to go between these chords as comfortably as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can pause right there. Going back and forth between those chords is a great warm-up for this song. Let's move out a little bit from there and look at the first chorus. I'm looking at my chord chart over here. And if you remember, you go A minor for 4, 2, 3, E minor for 4, 1, 2, 3. Then you go to F for 4 as well, 2, 3, and back to C. Let's just loop that a couple times. Again, you can strum once, twice, or 4 times per those 4 beats, whatever feels comfortable. Here we go. We'll loop it a few times. Ready, and A minor, 2, 3, E minor, and 1, 2, 3 to F, and 1, 2, 3, back to C, and 1, 2, try it again. A minor, 1, 2, 3, E minor, and 1, 2, 3 to F, and 1, 2, 3, back to C. Let's add the words just so we get it. Let it be A minor to E minor. Let it be to F. Let it be back to C. Let it be. Try it again. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. One more time, and then we'll do the whole chorus. A minor, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Now back to C. Let it be. Stay right there. Keep going. And whisper words. G7 of wisdom to F. Let it be. Back to C. Try the whole chorus again. A minor. Let it be. E minor. Let it be. To F. Let it be. C. Let it be. Stay right there. Whisper words. G7 of wisdom to F. Let it be. And back to C. And you can pause right there. So you can see how I kind of brought in the layers of what we're doing. I started with the 2 hardest chords, just going back and forth my left hand first, then adding in the rhythm, adding in the strumming, and then zooming out in the chord chart to get the whole musical phrase. And you can feel free to use this kind of intro warm-up to get yourself warmed up every time. You can do it on your own. Even if you just practiced that part, that would be excellent. You don't even have to worry about the rest of the song for now. That is definitely the toughest part of it, and so you want to be sure to focus on that before you tackle the whole song. If you are ready for the big song, though, I'm ready to move on. So here we go. We're going to try to play the whole thing now. All right, we've gotten the chorus out of the way. We've gotten that new E minor out of the way. We're excited to embed it into the whole song now. Now, as I mentioned, this is a 4-chord song in the key of C, so we're going to start off in our verse here with C to G7 to A minor to F, and then the next pattern is a little bit of a variation on that. We're going to go to C to G7, then to F, and back to C. And so those 8 chords, that 8-chord progression there, becomes sort of the basic unit of the verse. We play through that twice. So let's just play the chords first for the verse before we add the words. Starting on C, 1, 2, ready, and a 1, 2, 3, G7, and 1, 2, 3, A minor, and 1, 2, 3 to F, and 1, 2, 3. Now second part, we go to C, 2, 3, G7, and 1, 2 to F, and 1, 2, 3, back to C, and 1, 2, 3. Now if you want, you can add a little up, down, down, up, down strum pattern here, right? In between, if you want to. If you're feeling good about it, try it. If it's too much of a challenge, feel free to leave it out. You can always just stick to the straight down strums, however many you want to do per those 4 beats. So I'm going to add it in here so you hear what it sounds like. It makes it really pretty. Here we go. Let's try that chord progression again one more time. Then we'll add the words. Ready, and C, 2, 3, G7, 1, 2, 3, A minor, 1, 2, 3 to F, and 1, 2, back to C, and 1, 2, 3, G7, 1, 2 to F now, and 1, 2, 3, back to C. our favorite part. A minor, let it be. E minor, let it be. F, let it be. Back to C, let it be. Stay on C. Whisper words, G7 of wisdom. F, let it be. Back to C. Try that chorus again. A minor, let it be. E minor, let it be. F, let it be. C, let it be. Stay there. Whisper words, G7 of wisdom. F, let it be. Back to C. Verse 2. Here we go. When the broken G7 hearted people, A minor, living in F, the world agree. Back to C. There will be G7, an answer to F, let it be. Back to C. Same progression again. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. To the chorus, A minor, let it be. Let it, E minor, B. F, let it be. C, let it be. Stay right there. There will be an answer to F, let it be. Back to C. Try that chorus again. A minor, let it be. E minor, let it be. F, let it be. Back to C. Let it be. Stay there. There will be an answer. Closing it out. F, let it be. Back to C. End right there. Nice job. A lot going on in that song. So feel free to go back and play along, sing along, whatever you want to do on that one. Remember, there are lots of layers that are happening in this song. And if you are struggling to pull all those layers together and play them all at once, strip the top layers away. You don't have to sing along. You don't even have to hum along. You can listen to me sing while you count out loud to help you feel those groups of 4. Anything you need to do for you to really get at those different layers and building them on top of each other. Do what you need to do. Feel free to ask me any questions along the way if you need to. But in the meantime, enjoy your practice, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much.